Good morning, I'm Andre from Peak Motorcycles. As you can probably tell, I'm not at home, this is not the Peak District, and I haven't had a major upgrade to my garage. I'm here in Milan in Lombardy in Italy, and I'm here for the EICMA motorcycle show in 2024. Now, I'd posted a couple of videos about this already, and in one of them someone had a comment saying, hey, could you do a video about how you can actually visit EICMA? So yeah, today I'm being a tourist. It's the Sunday before the show and I have a bit of time. We're visiting a lot of the sites here in Milan anyway, so I thought that would be a great opportunity to tell people about how you can actually come and experience EICMA for yourself. So first of all, what is EICMA? Spelled EICMA. It is an international two-wheeler exhibition, so it is motorcycles, it's scooters, there are some e-mountain bikes, there's various other things that are on the show here, and it's, I'm pretty sure, the biggest one in the world. In fact, it's absolutely enormous. Now, they have an official website, eicma.it, that's available in both Italian and English, and a lot of what I'm going to share you can certainly get from there. This year it takes place from the 5th of November, which is a Tuesday, through until the 10th of November, which is the following Sunday. On the Tuesday, it's a press-only day. Now, they did give me a pass for that for this year, as I've had for the last couple of years. Wednesday is just a trade day, so if you're in the motorcycle industry, you can get a pass for the Wednesday. Now, both the passes for Tuesday and Wednesday are free, so you don't have to pay for a ticket if you are press or trade. If you're not and you want to come on the public days, those are Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. If you go on the public days, then the cost of going in is €20 for an adult, €10 for a child. This drops to €14 and €7 respectively if you want an afternoon ticket. The days run from 9:30 in the morning through until 6:30 in the evening, from Thursday through till Sunday. And the afternoon tickets begin from 1:30. So if you're flying in the morning and you want to go along, don't buy a day ticket, just get there for 1:30 and you'll get the afternoon. For the press and trade days, it does start an hour earlier, so we get to go in from 8:30 in the morning on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I will be there at that time on both days. Group tickets are available and they cost €15 if you're a group of between 20 and 70 people, but for those you do need to apply in advance, and details are on the EICMA website of exactly how to do that. So if you're a motorcycle club or a big group of friends who fancy coming to EICMA for a few days, then certainly use that option. It only saves €5, but you know, that'll buy you a beer or half a beer. First thing is, how do you get to Milan? Now, most people, I think, will probably fly, so you'll fly either into Malpensa Airport, which is quite a long way out, but there's a very good train and bus service to get in that brings you in to either Cadorna or to Porta Garibaldi, or I think even the central station. The other option is Linate Airport, which is much closer to the centre, and I have used it a couple of times over the years, and when I have, I've been lazy and just taken a taxi in because it is much closer to the city. You can of course also take a train. Last year, after I'd finished my filming, I went to see my family in Switzerland and actually took a train which I think goes from here in Milan to Zurich. Now I had to change to get to Lucerne, but it's certainly well connected by train to the rest of Europe if that is your preferred means of transport. The show itself is held at Fiera Milano Row. Now, Fiera Milano Row is one of two Fiera Milanos in the city. There's also a Fiera Milano City. So when you get here, especially if you're going to get there for when it opens or for a particular time of day, make sure you go to the one at Row. Now, this one is quite a long way out of town. So unless you're staying very near it, which I've never done, I normally stay in the city. The public transport here is very good, and you can take either a train or a metro. And if you want to take the metro to EICMA, you can take the M1, that's the red metro line, to Fiera Milano Row. If you don't fancy taking the metro, you can take the S5 or the S6, that's the yellow or the orange overland lines. They're underground through Repubblica, but it becomes like a train when you get out the other side. And you take that up to Row Fiera Milano, but it is not the end of the line, so you do need to remember to get off. And remember, at the other end, it is about a 20-minute walk, maybe 25 minutes. It's about a mile to walk from the train station or the metro station. I think the metro is very slightly closer, but they're both at essentially the same spot. And then once you get to the convention centre itself, you then have quite a long walk with travellators to get you all the way to the entrance. So if you want to get there for the start of the day, make sure you get a train or a metro which gets you to the station perhaps half an hour before the opening time. That would be 8 AM on a press day or a trade day, or 9 AM on one of the public days. One thing I should mention about EICMA is it's big. I mean, it's really big. The convention centre itself is enormous. Just to walk from the metro station through to the entrance of the show It's about a mile, it's a kilometre and a half, something like that. There are travellators to help you along the way, but it is a really long way to go. Once you're there is a lot of walking to do. So when I went in 2021, mid-COVID, very few people there. It was only 5 halls, and there's still more than I could walk in 2 days. When I went back in 22, it increased to 6 halls. There's a few more exhibitors willing to travel. By 2023, we're up to 8 halls, and this year, in 2024, we're up to 10 halls. So this is absolutely enormous. For those of you that have been to Motorcycle Live in the UK, 1 hall, or maybe 1.5 halls at EICMA, it's about the same as the whole of the Motorcycle Live show at the NEC. So if you are thinking of coming, make sure you come in comfortable shoes, because your feet are going to be aching by the end of the day. For me, where I go and do 8:30 in the morning till 6:30 is a good 10 hours, and I'm on my feet for almost all of that for 2 days on the trot. By the end of it, I'm quite happy to sit in a hotel room and edit videos for 2 days and just put my feet up. So where to stay when you're in Milan for EICMA? Well, there's lots of places you can stay. You could stay out near Fiera Milano Row. I'm sure there's plenty of hotels with an easy walk in, but Milan is such a cool city to visit. So if you're just going to come for the bike show, you're probably missing out a little. This is the Vittorio Emanuele II Galleria. I mean, it's just a fabulous place. It's right in the centre. It's very close to Duomo. So if you're going to make the trip to Milan, you might as well combine it with a bit of sightseeing if this is your sort of thing. Now, whenever I have stayed in the centre. I've tried to pick somewhere that's near the metro line or the train line, because it just makes getting out there first thing in the morning a lot easier. But there's a lot of choice for that. I think one year I even stayed in a hotel that was a bit further away, and I used one of the many electric scooter offerings to get to the metro each morning, which was kind of fun. Prices vary. I think I normally pay somewhere between 150 and 170 euros per night, so it does get kind of expensive over a week, and that's if I book a long way ahead. I think if you're going to book it last minute, I think the same places seem to go for 300 or 400 euros a night, which is pretty steep, especially if you're just coming for a motorcycle show. So that is it. That is my video, hopefully explaining what you can do if you want to come to Milan yourself and visit EICMA. Hopefully that's been interesting and useful. If it has, please check out my other content, including my content from the show this year. I will put all the links and a brief description of where to go and what to do, just in case you don't want to watch the whole video. So with that, goodbye. Maybe see you on the next one, and thank you for watching.